Here's my experience.
Please.
I go into.
I want to go try this.
It looks like the place that it was in looked like kind of a strip mall thing, like an office building area. So I went in, and there was a basic room, a counter, two people at the counter, a man and a woman, I believe the owners. And they were like, "Hey, how's it going?" We had made an appointment earlier. I went with my mom. We did a Groupon deal for $65, which they currently still are running. Usually it's 90, right?
$65 per person?
Yeah, for an hour. And usually it's 90. So the Groupon thing is a good deal. And I think everyone should do it once. We go in, they're like, "Hey, have you guys ever done this before? Hey, we'll give you a quick walk around. You got to sign these forms first." They give you a form that says things like, can't be on your period, you can't be under the influence of drugs or alcohol, you did, I don't know, other things. Don't do this in the pool, don't do in the pod or whatever. And it's like, sign away liability so that, you know, if you drowned or something, which nobody's ever drowned in one. So you sign that, and then they give you a tour, like, hey, this, then they open, there's a couple rooms. It's like a doctor's office, right? But a lot more, like,
relaxed,
upscale, and like a spa, right? With all these rooms down the hallway, but it's like a spa feeling, kind of. Mm-hmm. And, like, plants and concrete floor and stuff, and, like, wood. And you go in one room, and the room is, like, the size, I'd say, when you buy a house, it's like a 3-bedroom house. There's the master bedroom, then there's 2 other bedrooms. The room is the size of, like, what those 2 other bedrooms would be. And the pod fills up, like, the whole entire room, basically. It's huge. It's fucking huge. It's, like, bigger than a coffin.
You have to fit big people.
Yeah.
I have to fit.
And a lot of water. Yeah. And, like, space above you when you're lying in it. And then there's, like, a shower, and there's, like, a couple stools or whatever. And then they're like, all right, you can come in here. There's a lock on the door. Go ahead, lock the door. You can either be naked, or you can wear whatever the fuck you want to wear, right? There's thousands of pounds of Epsom salt in the water, and it's filtered after every person uses it, so it's clean. Shower before. They have like a towel for you and a spray bottle with actual water in it in case you get any of the salt water in your eye. You can spray the actual water on the towel and, like, wipe it or whatever. Make sure you have no cuts or anything, because that's really going to hurt. And so then they're like, yeah, so make yourselves at home in here. And they're like, what's going to happen is they start the tank over Wi-Fi from the front desk. You go in, and once you're in there for like 5 minutes, they start the tank, and you can tell because the lid's open and music starts playing. The lights are on in the tank, and music starts playing. And when the music starts playing, you have 5 minutes until the music stops, and then you have 50 minutes of darkness, and then you have 5 more minutes at the end of music, right? So you roll in, and they give you 5 minutes to shower, and then I was showering, and kind of mentally preparing myself, and kept looking at the tank like it's like an Energies in the room. And then
it's gonna go.
I think I don't take too long to shower. It's not like a shower like you're trying to do.
You just rinsing.
It's like rinsing before you jump in a pool, and the music starts playing. So you leave the lights on in the room, I believe, and then I sit down in the tank, and I put my hands in the water, and I'm like getting ready to lie down, and then I look, and while you're sitting in it, then I look up at the lid, and you got to reach up to pull the lid down. And as I reached up and looked up for the handle, salt water hit me in the eye. So I grabbed the spray bottle and the towel, and I sprayed it, and I was fine. It wasn't really that bad. It's kind of maybe just like a borderline eye hit. And so then I like laid down and started like floating, which is not hard to do.
Yeah, it's like super salty water. I grew up in Utah, Salt Lake.
It's not even hard to float in like the lake.
A fucking car in there.
Yeah, it's not even hard to float in like the lake for me, But the thing is, they also have this, like, floating neck pillow thing, right? Which was there, and I was really glad it was there.
It looks like we're looking at pictures right now. It's just showing a lot of people floating in this, like, crazy purple, black light, almost color thing.
Yeah, there's
but it goes dark in there when you lay down.
Well,
right?
you have control. There's a button right here, and then there's a button on the other side. There's the neck pillow thing right there. See that?
Okay, yeah.
So it's right there, and then there's a towel. She put the towel on the other side, which is like what I did. Mm-hmm. But there's a button on one side to call the front desk just in case of emergency. Let's say grandma's in there or something and she can't get out. And then the other button is for the light control.
Yeah, because I turned that shit off. I'd go black.
Well, I tried to go black, and what happened was I had the lid closed, and it gets really humid in there. It's like a sauna, because it's warm. The water's supposed to be 98.6 degrees.
93. Supposed to be the same temperature as your skin.
I thought that was 98.
No, your internal temperature is 98.
Okay.
Your skin is 93.
It's supposed to be the temperature of your skin, so that you can't feel like where your skin ends and the water begins. Mm-hmm. So it gets kind of humid.
Sorry, I didn't mean to jump down.
No, you're
right. Wrong. You're fucking wrong.
We're both right.
How dare you ruin my experience that I haven't had yet?
Yeah.
Sorry, keep going.
We're both right that it has to be the temperature of your skin, but whatever. Mm-hmm. And then I turn the light off, and it is fucking dark.
Oh, that's what I want.
It is like you're in the deepest cave in the entire world, like
fuck
dark.
yeah.
Like I put my hand. Everyone's like, you can't see your hand in front of your face. So I like put my hand in front of my face, and I was like, well, I can't see that.
Drip more salt water in your face.
So
Shit!
I immediately turn the light back on because I'm like, what the fuck? And then I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna roll with the lights on because they're like, if you want to keep the lights on, you can keep the lights on. You know, that's what they say. Like, do whatever makes you feel comfortable. So I'm like, all right, I'm keeping the lights on. So then I'm floating there for a minute. And in the beginning, you're generally thinking about the experience, right?
Like, oh, the water.
Yeah, the water, the tank, and it's
floating.
like rainforest music, like birds, like whatever.
Oh, I just have it like dripping, like a cave, like a little.
No, you can't pick the music. It's just like rainforesty music. So
Can
then
you turn off the music?
5 minutes of music, and then it's off for 50, and then it's on for 5.
Okay.
You know what?
Okay.
Right?
Yeah. Okay.
So, which tells you when you're to start and when you're done. And then I floated there for like a minute, listening to the music and kind of just relaxing. And then I was like, okay, when the music's off, fuck this, I'm going lights out, right? You know, if I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do it. And then the music just faded away, so I opened my eyes a little bit and turn the light off, and then you just float for 50 minutes. And it's just like a lot of the times you're thinking about things, and then you're going back to. And my mom made a good point afterwards. You're thinking about things about like life, basically. It's weird. Well, at least I am, because I always am. But and then you kind of come back to the experiments, like you're like to the experience, like your foot touches the side or something, or you're like. And then my neck started to hurt, so I think at one point I turned the light back on and grabbed the neck pillow and put it under my neck, and I was like, oh, I should have done this in the beginning. Like, this is nice. Which brought my ears out of the water, but I didn't care because I had a hard time holding my neck up. Or maybe I was like trying to hold my neck up and it was hurting or something. So then I turned the lights back off. Then I just floated on the neck pillow, and I was like, oh, yeah. And
I just got chills, man. Like, I was so excited for you to try this.
You just float, and then before you know it, I mean, the music comes back slowly. And as soon as the music come back, like, I'm done. Because that's how I am. Like, when I'm in the shower, I'm, like, quick showers. Like, I start thinking about things I got to do after the shower. And I'm, like, just rush through it and get out. So I was kind of doing that. Like, just because it's your first time, like, you got to train yourself, you know? How it's like meditation. Like, the first time your mind's just going to still be busy and not calm. And you got to just, like, work yourself into it. But I think everyone should do it once. It was really nice. And then as soon as the music comes, I just hit the light, open the lid, jump right out, take a shower again. Then I put my clothes on, and another thing I did was I had my phone on vibrate, and I had my stack of clothes outside of the thing, and it was on top of the clothes, but yet it was so quiet in there and whatever, I could hear my phone vibrate while I was in the tank. That's a big mistake. You know, you could leave your phone.
I thought the tanks were supposed to be soundproof. Oh well.
But it was the vibration.
I bet you could feel it. Or feel it more because your vibrations transfer through water.
Right. I could hear that it was vibrating, which is stupid. You could leave your phone in the fucking car. Like, pretend you're going in for like a massage or something.
Yeah.
You know? And then I come out of the room, and I was out before Mom was, and then they have this little room that they have like hot tea already made in, like sitting in a thing, and there's like blinds and couches and stuff, and they're like, you can sit in here if you want to when you're done. Which makes complete sense. Which when I saw that during the tour of the place, I was like, why would I do that? Like, waste my time sitting around here. Plus, like, you're gonna walk past and see me sitting in there like some kind of weirdo. But then afterwards, I was like, that makes complete sense to sit in there, because it's like when you walk out of there, even into like this dim spa like office, your senses are like, feels like sensory overload already. And then I go out into the waiting room that I came in, the reception, and those two people were still standing at the desk, and I was just like, hi. And I was like, hi.
Hello.
Like, I couldn't even, I was like, I just like whispered to them, like, hi. And they're like, they were so nice. And they're just like, how was it? Like, what did you think? Like, was it
really want some weed?
They're
right
like,
now.
no. They're like,
I really need to get high.
They're like, was the water too cold? Like, did everything go okay? And I was like, yeah, I was just awesome. And then they're like, how'd you hear about float tanks? Or how'd you hear about us? Da, da, da. Then like my mom came out a little bit after me, and she was like, that was nice. She's like, it made me think about like that I just need to disconnect from technology, and I need to stop wasting so much time like on phones and computers and watching TV, and like, you know, get back into nature and stuff like that. And I was like, it seemed like she was talking a little crazy, but I had those same exact thoughts while I was in there, you know? And yeah, it was nice. And then we left and got in the car, and I was just like, and by the time you're in the car, like my eyes were closed, and I'm just like, I just want to be back in that tank. Like, I don't want to be on the fucking street. And my mom was like, can we just sit here for a second? I'm like, yeah. And I'm so glad I wasn't driving, because I probably would have had to sit there for longer. Because you really just want to take like 10 minutes afterwards just to like transition back into the real world. And then we went to fucking Costco, and it sucked ass on a Saturday.
Oh God, dude, just thinking about I get really stressed. I don't know if all of you can fucking tell. I get really stressed, like, and I've lived pretty much a really sober life. Alcohol, yes, I've had alcohol, but as far as like drugs, I've never experienced really drugs fully. Well, like I tried ecstasy once, but it was pretty much just like being drunk at a concert, so I didn't feel any different. I did aerosol at one point just to see what that was like. It was cheap. It was there. Really weird, scary highs. It was really interesting. Yeah. And I've tried pot. But like, you have these adults that have had these existential psychedelic experiences where like they dive into themselves, or like say on the lines of like people say it's like a shortcut to the experience you have enlightenment when you go through meditation. Yeah. And you have that ayahuasca shit that's getting big where people like talk to God and shit. Basically. And I really feel that in our culture we're missing that, because that was something that people did for thousands and thousands of years. A ritual of coming to manhood or womanhood, or like it was like you saw this crazy
Native
stuff.
Americans and Aztecs and shit.
This is a way to have that same experience, a smaller, diluted version.
Well, I imagine it wouldn't be small and diluted if you kept doing it and you did it like once a week or once a month.
But that's the thing.
You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. Like you were saying, like you need to practice for it. Yeah. I'm so stressed that at times when I have a moment, like when it's bedtime, it's fucking bedtime. Like I'm not thinking about shit. You know, just like I'm ready to go to bed. Yeah. I mean, when I'm reading a book, I'm just reading that book. So I'm very good at just like when I have the opportunity and boom, I'm not thinking about that shit. I've been daydreaming about this float tank experience to be what it's like.
I did too, man. I did too for a long time. And I want to do it again. It'd be awesome to do it again. I don't want to pay $90 for it. It's expensive.
Groupon,
but it's still expensive. It's like $1 a minute.
Fuck it, it's cheaper than drugs, man.
Plus, you got to get there,
and it's legal.
Yeah, it's very nice.
I want to go down there because I got a brother that lives down in Spokane. Yeah, it's like maybe. I mean, fuck. If they had an open appointment, I'd go do it tonight.
So, yeah, I mean, what are their hours? Oh, they're open from 10 to 10. That's pretty cool.
Oh my gosh,
it's nice, dude. And I looked into like buying one and putting it in your house, but it's really hard.
Yeah, no, that's like
not only is it expensive, it's hard to maintain. Like you got to change the salt a lot, and like you can't just get it delivered to you. You got to have the company come to your house and set it up for you. Basically, it's not like UPS. It's like they got to come give it to you. Probably drive from like Seattle or some shit, and like set it up in your house. So much water and power.
I want to do it though.
If I was rich, I'd have one. But
well, yeah, that's a rich person thing. Yeah, it's like you want a float tank.
Even if we had one here in Sandpoint,
you make over $100,000 a year and you're single. Yes, I do. You can afford a float tank.
Yeah, even if we had a place here in Sandpoint that did it, a float center.
Do you think people would do it?
Yeah.
Or you think it'd be?
No, I think they'd do it.
Think it'd be a niche for like a little bit and then it'd die off.
I think there's a lot of foo people here that are rich and have lots of money that go to get like their hair done and shit, like housewives that have a lot of money, and they just have a membership there. There's like spas here and shit that people go to, but I would like budget in like $65 a month or something, like find the money.
Go do it once a month.
Yeah, go do it like once a month.
Yeah, that'd be pretty good.
That'd be fucking amazing.
Do you go down Spokane a lot?
No.
You don't?
No.
I was just saying you technically could just do it. And
yeah, but it's too far.
Spokane.
It's too far.
We go down there every once in a while because we got family there.
It's a 2-hour drive there and back.
Well, cumulative.
Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah, but it sounds so good. It sounds so amazing. I mean, just not thinking about
it's
anything.
Good, man.
Oh my god.
Everyone should try it once, I think. Yes. You might not like it. You might like it. What's it gonna hurt? First of all,
your bank account.
People barely. People always say they're claustrophobic. It's claustrophobia, but it's like your brain by itself is like floating in a vacuum in outer space. Like,
oh my god!
Like you don't feel. It's not like you're standing in like a locked closet or something like claustrophobia or an airplane.
Like it feels like the wall could be forever away.
Forever away. But it's like an infinite room.
Yeah.
Because I get claustrophobia, I guess a little bit, like on an airplane mainly. I'm like, fuck this, or like an elevator or something. but not in this. And you're not going to drown either. No one's ever drowned. You float, but you're like barely floating because there's like a foot of water in there, right? It's like
you have to try to drown. I could see if like you fell asleep and you rolled over and you're just like just get a bunch of salt water up your nose.
I don't think I could fall asleep. People say they fall asleep. I don't think I can fall asleep.
Dude, it looks amazing. It looks so good, and I can't wait to try it. All right. We talked about this now. Let's do Dear Prudence.
Okay. I know we were going to do it in the beginning, but I forgot about it.
We totally forgot. Yeah, he's still looking at this. Yeah, man, I think I want to do this. I'm going to do this soon.
Good, you should
really do. I would like to. Distress.
It'll be awesome to hear your experience. Just don't shave the day before. Don't shave the day before. And make sure you don't have any cuts.
Got it. We were going to go a little while ago, but it was, you know, girlfriend can't go during certain
Eat a light meal a few hours before you float. Avoid caffeine 3 hours before your scheduled appointment, which I did.
Avoid shaving.
Give
yourself time before and after your float. Like you.
Key.
It is worth it. You are here. What do I do? I'm a little nervous. No worries. Your 60-minute float will start. Blah, blah, blah. Take 5 showers to wash off, clean salt off your body. Get dressed. Live life new again. Dude, I'm excited.